It's like a toxic relationship. I keep saying that I'm not going to come back, and here I am playing more of the game. Um, I was talking about the game with somebody, and I have made more like concrete the idea that corrupted or sorry, not corrupted, but people that are disguising as somebody else won't actually get their ability done. So specifically with the alchemist, they cure people that are in range 2 of them. So if they're ever evil, they can never cure anybody. It just doesn't happen. So if they cure somebody and you know it to be true, then they're always going to be good. That also goes for, like, say, the doppelganger with them. When they transform into somebody, they don't like get their ability. um Maybe I could test this like very concretely with a knight, but we'll see if I can like find a situation in which I can like prove this to be the case or not. It's definitely going to be more common with evil characters, but I want to see the doppelganger in particular, just because it feels weird that like an outcast, like one of the good characters, like the villager outcast pair, is not going to be able to use the ability of the villagers. But I guess it's the same keyword of disguise. We'll give it another try and let's see what happens. Okay, 3 evils among all the characters. We've got a plague doctor as a source of corruption. We've got 1 outcast, though, 2 with the counselor. Drunk is another source of corruption. So we've got at least 1 liar on the board. And Lilith ending us a little bit early. Let's go pick some cards, see what we've got. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Got a judge, got a lover. We'll have Lilith kill somebody. We've got 2 judges. I think that means that one of them has to be evil, since there's no duplications. So I'll put suspicion on them. We've got an oracle. 9 or 6 is a counselor. Okay, so you're telling me that you yourself are a counselor. I need to go over this again, because like I remember solving this before to like I think prove that this person can't be a counselor. So let's say that you are the or you're good and you're telling me the truth. 9 or 6 is a counselor. If you're telling me that you're a counselor, that would like that would mean that you would have to lie, and you can't tell me the truth of being a counselor. So that's a contradiction. If I say that you are the counselor, wait, hold on. 9 or 6, okay. No, I was trying to prove this being the counselor with saying that they're good. If this character is good, 1 out of your 2 characters are a minion role, so that means that 9 would have to be the counselor if you're telling me the truth, and because you're telling me the truth, you're good. If you're corrupted or lying, you'd have to be like, let's say that you're the counselor first before saying like you're the drunk or you're corrupted. If you're the counselor, then 9 couldn't, or sorry, if you're lying, both of your characters are good, so then that doesn't work. You would have to be corrupted to be able to lie about you not being the counselor. So this card here can never be the counselor. If there's no sources of corruption, I could immediately tell that like both of these characters are good. If the oracle ever implicates itself and it is not corrupted, then it's fine. If I find a second oracle anywhere, I guess the second oracle doesn't mean anything, because one of like this could be a drunk and then the second oracle could be evil. So if I do find the drunk somewhere, then I'll know that both 9 and 6 are safe card. Or no, I'll know that 9 is the counselor and that you are a safe card. I think. We'll keep opening cards. We've got a judge up here. That's 3 judges. Okay, so that means that 2 of them have to be evil, right? Yeah, that's making this a bit easier, I guess. Saying 5 is good. That could be the good judge. Oh, and I haven't opened this yet. Okay. How do I go through this? Let's say that you are lying about 5 and you are lying, then one of the other 2 judges is lying, and that's the 3 evils. You could also be lying about this and you could be the drunk. But no, then that would say that the oracle is incorrect. Also, if it's learning about a specific minion, hold on, both characters are good. If you're lying, no, you could be an evil and you could be, wait, both characters are good. You can't be evil, right? You have to be drunk or good. Okay, if you're drunk, both of them are good. So then wait, this implicates that the gem crafter has to be good, right? Yeah, because if you... If you're telling me the truth, the gem crafter is evil. If you are corrupted, then you are telling me that the gem crafter is good. So it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Still can't get any information there. If I point all the judges out there, 2 of them have to be lying, 1 of them has to be good. So then I can figure out which judges are that then, because then the 2 that are like giving me the same statement are evil. So let's do that on the Oracle, I guess. Yeah, to see if they're truthful or lying. So it's saying that you're lying, it's saying that you're lying, and you're gonna say, what, all of them are saying that they're lying? So 1 of them is the drunk, 2 of them are evil. So then you're not lying. You're then saying that this is good. You're saying that you are the drunk then, and these 2 are evil. Oh, that's a really cool setup. I like that. Okay, so let's fire away. We've got a minion, and we've got... I hate it. It's not that I hate this game. It's like, I think that I've got sound logic, and then as soon as I kill somebody, it's just... It throws me for a loop. Okay. I could backtrack and try to figure out where the flaw in my logic is, but I'm just going to play the board like it is now. I'm not going to slow myself down. So you have to be lying about saying that 5 is good, because this has to be an evil character. You can't have a drunk play a villager or like copy a villager in play. Then you're one of the enemies, and then you... Wait, you're the counselor up here, and you're telling me the truth. Okay. That's where the logic was flawed, I guess. Is believing that the counselor, as soon as I said that they're no, assuming that this was the drunk, I think. Was I assuming that this was the drunk? I think so. Whatever it was. We passed. Let me play the next round. Ba and the Witch. We've only got a possible Plague Doctor as corruption. A Doppelganger is going to be a bit harder to find. We can't open up all the cards, so we can't confirm that the Plague Doctor is or isn't on the board, so we can't confirm that there is or isn't any corruption. I've cured 0 corruptions, so this is like a setup with the Alchemist that I wanted to figure out. Let's say that somebody is disguising as you. They're not going to get your ability, so then they aren't able to cure anybody, so then they have to lie by saying that they cure more than 0 people. So you are telling me the truth. Cool. If you've cured 0 corruptions, I guess that doesn't imply anything about what I guess these 2 cards here. One is evil of 6, 3, or 7. We'll open up 4 and 5 for right now. We've got a Dreamer. We've got an Empress. This could be a Doppelganger, copying one of them. Let's say that between 6, 4, and 1 there's an evil, and 6, 3, and 7 there's an evil. Then the evils would have to be on 4 and 7 if I am to believe these 2 Empresses. And if there's a Doppelganger out there, then there's no corruption. I want to try... If I use the Dreamer on somebody, it doesn't give me any more information. I want to just rip it to try to get some extra points. One is evil of 6, 3, and 7. That checks out. One is evil of 6, 4, and 1. I guess this doesn't imply anything about 3 being evil. I can't rip it early. I thought that these 2 had 2 things being the same, not 1 thing being the same. It's my bad. We've got a Druid. So I know that this is a likelihood of being an outcast. The Doppelganger shouldn't be on the Druid. The Alchemist, it can't be because it's a good villager. And the Dreamer. Yeah, because this can't even be a Doppelganger. Well, no, it could be a Doppelganger because it could have copied the good Alchemist villager, and it could be telling me the truth of curing 0 corruptions because it doesn't proc the ability. Okay, let's open up another card. The closest evil is clockwise. So let's say... Let's point the Druid at the Alchemist. I don't know if I can get, like, complete information out of this. You know, I want to believe that there's a Doppelganger in here. Okay, hold on. If I am to believe that one of these 2 is the Doppelganger, then that means that the closest evil being clockwise would say that the Alchemist is. That doesn't work. If the closest evil is clockwise here, we have to have 2 evils, so then you're an evil, but then the clockwise is equidistant. So then you are either lying, or one of the Empresses is evil. If one of the empresses is evil, then they can't be the doppelganger. And I can't open this last card because of the witch. Where would I go from here? I want to make an assumption, run with it, and not look back. I'm going to make the assumption that the Enlightened is lying about the closest evil being clockwise, and that they're either counterclockwise or equidistant. So then I can just kill you. You could be corrupted from a plague doctor, but it's very unlikely. I'm going to try killing you to get some information. Nice. Okay, that's one. So now that I have 2 people locked in, one of the empresses still could be lying, I believe, right? Wait, there's one evil between 6, 3, and 7. And if you're lying, all of the characters are good. So you have to be telling the truth. So then you have to be good and you have to be good. Then there's one evil between 6, 4, and 1. So that, I think, is still a 50-50 between this. Wait, hold on. Let me use the Dreamer. It could be Ba. You're telling me the truth. If there's an evil between 6, 4, and 1. You're lying. And this could be a Plague Doctor. You could... No. I've already filled out the board completely. And I'm questioning whether or not I should kill the Empress. What am I doing, man? Okay, next up. We've got 2 Outcasts, a Lilith, and we've got a Duplication. We could actually have 3 people. Oh, no, I can't make any assumptions. Wait, no, I disguise as a random not-in-play villager. Even if we were to have a duplication with a shaman, the drunk can't be one of the 2 of those villager roles. It has to be one of the solo villager roles. That's going to be pretty easy to pick out the drunk then, because with a doppelganger, if there is a doppelganger on board, and a shaman, there's going to be very few single villagers out there. Got an Empress. Got a Lover saying 1 evil adjacent to me. I'll skip over 3 then. Let's do 4, 6. Actually, let me open up 4, 6, and 3 with the Empress. We've got an Alchemist saying that it cured 2 corruptions. I don't think there's a way for 2 things to be corrupted. A Drunk and Plague Doctor, but it can't cure the Drunk. So you are either lying or corrupted. Let's open up 4. We've got the Empress. 1 is evil of 7, 8, or 9. I'm not going to be able to know 8 anymore. Let's open up 6. We've got a Bombardier. Okay. If we're to believe you, then you're most likely lying, because you're already, you have suspicion placed on you. I guess I'll keep going. You're saying that 8 is good, and they're killed, so I can't get, their statement. Let's open up another one. And I guess at this point I could just open the last card. Let me use the Plague Doctor and point at the Alchemist. I'm going to believe him to be true. If I'm seeing 2 Outcasts on board, I want to think that one of them didn't. I'm going to take this Plague Doctor at face value. 3 is corrupted, 8 is evil. I'm going to kill the Plague Doctor, honestly. I don't like this guy. I don't like the cut of his jib. Yeah, okay. Vibes-based gaming. It's happening. If you're adjacent to 1 evil, then the evil would be here. You could be true. You would be true. 1 is evil of 8, 7, or 9. You would be true. You're then saying that you're good. You're good, if we're to believe this Empress. Hold on, you're evil, and then the corruption can go here. I guess I should open the last card, but I kind of want to rip it on the Alchemist for some extra points. Nice. Okay, what's the next round? Puka, Drunk, Plague Doctor, lots of corruption. Okay, but the Puppeteer is guaranteed to tell the truth, which is nice. Or the puppet of the Puppeteer. 5, 2, and 8. I kind of like opening up all the cards under the Empress. 9 is good. I'll try opening that one after I'm done. 5, 2, and 8. 5's next. We've got a Plague Doctor, and then we've got 8 over here of a Confessor. You are good. You have to be telling me the truth, which also means that the Gem Crafter is telling me the truth. If you're saying 5, 2, or 8 is evil, they're either all good and you are lying, or the Plague Doctor is it. I could test you for corruption because it's likely that you are corrupted, or you can't be by Puka. You could be by the Plague Doctor. And the Plague Doctor, oof, could also be a drunk. But if you're drunk, then this is a fake Plague Doctor. Let me open up some more cards. Let's open up 4, see what you are. 7 is a real Enlightened. Let's open up 7 to see what the Enlightened says. Closest evil is counterclockwise. That would mean evil 1. Hold on. You could be evil 1, and this could be a puppet then. Or this could even be evil 1. Evil 1... Evil 2, Evil 3. Yeah, this doesn't give me too much pertinent information. I'm going to open up another card. Let's go with 3. There are 2 pairs of evil. I mean, that could work. I need more cards. There are no corrupted characters. That's definitely false. So we can use the Plague Doctor to test for corruption and then kill it if not. I kind of just want to kill it and say that it's evil, but there's a lot of corruption out there. And the Plague Doctor can't be corrupted. So say this is Puka, and then you are corrupted, and the closest evil. No, this couldn't be Puka. Let me just double check that, like... Okay, where would Puka be then? Puka could be here, in saying that 7 is a real enlightened. And you could be the puppeteer and the puppet. And then the last evil is up here, if we're to believe the knitter. I'm gonna go with that line and just kill the bard straight up. Puppeteer, and then this is gonna be the puppet. Because you'd be telling me the truth. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean the puppet is here. The puppet could still be here, and then I have my last outcast up here. But I'm going to go with my gut on this and say this is the puppet. Nice, nice. So 7 is not a real enlightened. So you're lying, and then you would have to be telling me that you could be corrupted. Because if you're lying, there's not 2 pairs of evil. So you have to be one of the corrupted. I can use the Plague Doctor to try pointing somebody out then. Wait, 3 is not corrupted? Oh, you're corrupted. You're evil then. Okay. Well, good thing I played it slowly. Or used the Plague Doctor, I guess. Not played it slowly. I played that round incredibly fast compared to what I normally do. Puka and a drunk. Possibility of a drunk being on board. Just one Puka? Really? Okay. Jester. A lover. No evils adjacent to me. Kind of willing to believe you. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Could be telling the truth. We'll open up this card. 1 is a real drunk. I love when the medium points out a disguised outcast. I love it so much. Evils are not adjacent to each other. I mean, yeah, that has to be a true statement because there's no pairs of evil. So that's one person that we can verify as being true. We've got a fortune teller. Pick 2 characters. Learn if any of them is evil. We have to find another character that we know is telling the truth. We've got 2... Puka. Puka, you're better than that. Wait, real drunk? You're the drunk because you can't be... No, you could still be a drunk. One of the 2 jesters could be a drunk, and then one of them could be Puka. If one of them is Puka, the lover could be lying about Puka being beside it. If Puka is up here, the lover could still be telling the truth. Closest evil is counterclockwise. It makes... Like, this is true in either sense of the jesters. I could be pointing the fortune teller at both of these to see if the fortune teller is corrupted. And if the fortune teller is corrupted, then Puka has to be this character. If the fortune teller isn't corrupted, then Puka has to be this character instead. There's an evil there, true. So you're corrupted, you're evil, you're corrupted, you're true. And you got corrupted. Well, you could be corrupted by being a drunk, I guess. Right? No, you could be telling the truth. This could be a drunk. Or you could be the drunk, and this is actually a true character that got corrupted. Either of them work. But anyways, this has to be Puka. Yep, okay. Next round. Man, just one Puka makes the game, like, easy. We've got a poisoner, and we've got a drunk as our sources of corruption. We've also got Lilith that we have to worry about. 8 is good. Let's see if we can implicate 8. 4 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brother. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do you think all the evils are going? Huh? Okay, corrupted or evil. We'll have to open up more cards, though. Slayer. Don't want to pick anything yet. Flies, I cannot kill my target. Confessor. I am dizzy. The drunk or the poisoner can hit this one, so we have to be careful. This could be the poisoner. 1 is evil of 7, 9, or 1. Kind of hard to prove. Let's open up 4. 9 or 3 is a puppeteer. Can't do anything with that information yet. We've got a wretch. Okay, so it would... The Oracle points out a specific minion role. Wait, it's never going to see this character as good, so it can't be lying. So the 9 has to be the puppeteer, right? Both characters in my info are good. How does this work? Because this character is good, but no, you register as evil, so you're never going to register as good for this Oracle, so you can never lie, so you have to be telling me the truth, and if 3 isn't the puppeteer because it's a wretch, well, okay, the outcast behind here could be a drunk. You could still be hiding as a puppeteer. It's one of you two that is wrong, right? Yeah, one of you two is the puppeteer. Thinking about pointing the Slayer at the Wretch to see if it's a puppeteer to break a 50-50. I don't even know if it breaks a 50-50, and if this was a Wretch, it's just gonna kill it anyways. One is evil of 7, 9, or 1. I think I need to kill something to like get more information about this. Nothing's standing out to me currently as like as to a true line that I could follow without like making assumptions and things. I'm kind of liking playing faster on this run. I'm gonna try killing the Wretch. I believe that it's the puppeteer over the Slayer. I just want to. Wait, hold on. I can use the Dreamer to learn an evil roll. It'll tell me if it's the Wretch. It could be a puppeteer. You could, yeah. I think. Does it give? See, now I don't know if this is going to be lying. Like, learn an evil roll. If evil picked, learn correct info. Hold on. If evil picked, you'd tell me that it's the Wretch, right? Like, you wouldn't. Okay, I need to go through the assumptions of, let's assume that you're telling me the truth and this is the puppeteer, then the Wretch is just hiding out as a, or the puppeteer is hiding out as a Wretch. If you're lying to me, you're telling me that this is a puppeteer when in reality it's a Wretch. And both of those make sense. However, I just want to believe that you're telling me the truth, because this is also telling me it's a puppeteer, so I'm going to kill it. So hold on, then you have to be corrupted or lying, and then you have to be insinuating that the Slayer is evil. Okay, let me see if you'll kill the Wretch for me. You're trying to, so then you're all right. Then you're what? Both characters my info are good, but you're not going to register the Wretch as good. How does that work? I feel like this has to be the puppeteer then, but I don't want to kill and then lose this run, you know? You're also giving me incorrect info, so then you have to be corrupted or evil, but like I can't kill you yet because I don't know about corruption. If you are telling me the truth that only one of them is evil, and I think one of these has to be an evil, right? I could have a poisoner here. This is corrupted. This is the drunk, and that's still... No, because we don't have a drunk on board anymore. There's only one source of corruption, right? So then one of these three characters up here... sorry. We have to have... you being evil or you being evil, I believe? Hold on. 7, 9, or 1. If you are telling me the truth, which I believe you to be because these guys have high suspicion of being evil. Hold on. If I can reason about like proving you to be true. We said that like up here, at least what is it? You are lying or corrupted, and you are probably the puppeteer from the Oracle, right? I think you have to be at this point. Because if you're lying, both characters are good, and this Wretch can't be good. I feel like I should just shoot the Slayer right now and get this over with. Like, the Oracle should be enough information to go off of, right? What do you mean? Both characters in my info are good. That's a bug, because you should be registering as evil to this guy. 1 out of 2 characters. Yeah, that has to be a bug. I'm going to report that on stream. Right? Like, that doesn't make sense. So you're saying that 9 or 3 is a puppeteer. If you are lying to me, so but you're not. I can just put you down as being good now because I know the end state of the game. So you're learning that 1 of 2 of these is a specific minion role. So to be telling me the truth, you're telling me that 1 of these is a puppeteer, and this Wretch isn't. Yeah, because there's no source of corruption around it because of the poisoner being the only source of corruption. Hold on. Let me make sure that there's no way for this character to be corrupted, right? The wretch is on board. That removes it from being a drunk. It would also show me as being a drunk. I think it also shows up with the title of corrupted if that were to happen. You're not evil. So yeah, you're telling me the truth. I just want to make sure that I'm getting this perfectly right if I'm going to be reporting it as a bug. And okay, well, that's the end of an endless run, I guess. But like, it's not the end of my endless run. I'm gonna keep going until like I get a loss because I lost, not because of a bug like this. I mean, if this isn't a bug, please tell me why and how. I would love to know. Okay, we've got a poisoner and a plague doctor as our sources of corruption. We've got two outcasts out there, and I don't think there's any way for them to hide. No, there isn't. So as soon as I see 3 good characters, I can see if the druid is lying or not. 2 cards away from a corrupted character. All right, druid, let's see if you are lying. There's a wretch. You're corrupted or lying. You were saying that you're 2 cards away from a corrupted character, and this has to be corrupted or evil. So you could still be telling the truth. I would like to assume the plague doctor view telling the truth and point it at this to see if they're corrupted early. You are saying that it's corrupted. I'm going to try killing 2 as the evil card. Nice. And then you did get corrupted by the poisoner, not by the plague doctor, and you are telling me the truth. So there is another source of corruption out there somewhere. It could be Lilith. You could be corrupted or lying, or you could be corrupted or evil. Closest evil is equidistant, so possibly here and here. It's not this card, at least though, if we're to believe you to be true. Alchemist. I cured 0 corruptions. Let me go through to like how this makes sense again. So if there's nothing that I can disguise as. So let's say that you are an evil and you don't have the ability. You cannot cure any corruptions. So to lie, you have to say some amount of cures. So you have to be telling me the truth. Nice. We've got another wretch. That's our 2 outcasts, it looks like, on board. I can't make enough. Wait, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2 wretch, 1, 2 poisoner. So you're corrupted, and then you're the last evil card. I kind of want to believe you to be telling the truth to be able to make this board state work. And then you're the last evil. Let's try that. Nice. Nice. Unnecessary to kill that early, but it's... I had a lot of health remaining at the end. I felt confident in doing that. We've got a poisoner, a puka, and possibly a drunk on board. 4 liars at max. Well, okay. Puka corrupting 2, then Puka itself is 3, poisoner is 4, then the thing that corrupts is 5, and the drunk is 6. There's like 2 truthful statements if I get really unlucky. That's insane. 6 is good. 1 is evil of 3, 7, or 2. Let me open up those cards. We've got a jester, we've got a knight, and they've got a high chance of being corrupted. I can't point the knife at them. Poisoner is 3 cards away from the closest evil. That could check out. Let's open up more cards. We've got a bishop between 1, 3, and 5. There's a villager. What outcasts do we have? A drunk. You could be the drunk. You could also be the drunk. There's no way to prove it yet. Oh, and we've got a druid. No. So like yeah, without seeing an actual outcast on board, I can't do anything with a druid yet. I kind of want to kill the knight just to see if it's corrupted, to see if Puka or the poisoner is nearby, or if it's the drunk, because then I'm only losing 4 HP. Oh, it's safe. Okay. 1 is evil of 3, 7, or 2. So you guys either have to be good or one of you has to be evil. Okay, with how many corruptions and evils are on the board, let's assume that you're lying just because it's like a high likelihood, right? So then these 2 characters are good. They could be, but then there's a bunch of corruptions and then they can also be corrupted and that doesn't really work. Okay. between 1, 3, and 5. That would assume that one of you two is the drunk, giving me incorrect information. And then I can't use the druid to see if, like, the drunk is between them because the drunk is going to lie to me. Wait, hold on. If you're saying 1, 3, and 5, villager, outcast, minion, you could also just be lying and the village or the drunk is somewhere else. I don't like this. I need to prove one other character to use the fortune teller, and I can't do that yet. Do I just fire off a random person that I'm suspicious on? I don't like the way that Empress is looking at me. Vibes-based gaming. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Just to let loose and like kill a random character is... I don't want to say it feels good because it feels amazing to get like the entire board state figured out before anything happens. But to just be vindicated and killing a random person, like being like, yeah, I made that decision and I lucked into the correct one. It's good. It's good. So you two have to be lying. The poisoner is not 3 cards away. So either of these cards are, or it could be 4 cards away and it could be the jester instead. You're also lying saying 6 is good. Hold on, between 1, 3, and 5, villager, outcast, minion. You could also be corrupted, and this could be the poisoner. Okay, we've got this person. We can tell if you're lying or corrupted. There's 1 evil between the 2 of them. True? You're telling me the truth? Okay. Jester, learn how many of them are evil. There are 2 evils. You are lying to me, so you're corrupted or lying. Let's say 1, 3, and 5. If you are corrupted, let's say Puka corrupts these 2, who the poisoner is here. Oh my god, that works. Because there are a possibility of 6 corruptions. Just proving these 2 is telling the truth is not enough to say if you, like, if I can... I can't get any more information out of the bishop. What am I supposed to do here then? Okay, hold up. If I am... No. Like, if I am saying that, like, this is another lie... Hold on. 1, 3, and 5. Is that even possible to be telling me the truth? All the characters in your infos are villagers. That could be the case. Corrupted from a poisoner, or drunk. Hold on. I can tell if you are... No, you will always lie. I can use you to try to point out an outcast. And the outcast is the drunk. Which character do I want to point the suspicion on? Between 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, 5? I can learn if the drunk is between all of these using the druid. So 1, I guess 3 can't be it, but I'm still going to pick it anyways. 3 and 5. You're telling me that there's a drunk, which means that you're lying, and there's no drunk, which also means that you're lying. So then to set up this board state, I need Puka to either be this character... No, it could be this character to hit the gem crafter, and this is the drunk. Poisoner is this character hit the bishop, and the drunk is the jester, or the poisoner... I think it can work in any way then. Oh, I should have used the druid to point out other characters as being the drunk, I think. No, because I... Hold on. Yeah, you were always lying to me. I should have... No, because I had to figure out if you were lying or not to be able to make any of these assumptions. So this is still a fine play. I just know that one of these 3 characters has to be, what is it, the evil? Or, yeah, one of these 3 evils one of these 3 characters has to be the poisoner, because I need 6 liars on board. I'm gonna shoot the jester. Damn, corrupted. Oh, and that doesn't give me enough information, because now this is still a 50-50 of between, but you're a drunk. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. This is never, like, something that I have to worry about getting lucky, because if I kill somebody wrong and they're, beside the poisoner, like if I start in this corner and this is just a corrupted character, I know that you have to be the poisoner. If you're the drunk, I still have enough to kill somebody and have them be corrupted and be on 1 HP so that I know that you are the poisoner. Okay, I misplayed because I wasn't thinking about how do I make sure that I'm killing the drunk and, well, no, because I could have just ripped all 3 of these in any order and still only lost 9 HP. I was fine. I'm just overthinking it. What's next? We've got Lilith, a twin minion, a drunk, and a wretch. So the only corruption is the drunk, if it's on board at all. 7 is a real alchemist. Cured 0 corruptions. You are telling me the truth. You are telling me the truth. That's nice to get 2 people backed up. 4 is a real bard. Let's see. 2 cards away from a corrupted character. So for you to be a drunk, you'd have to be lying about this being a bard, but then if you're lying, you're not 2 cards away from a corrupted character. So I'm not going to go down that line. This could possibly be a drunk. I don't want to open it up because then it's most likely lying. So I'll do this. We've got a judge. We've got a maximum of 3 people lying overall. I mean, I could test to see if the judge is lying or corrupted. I'll do that on the alchemist. Saying the truth, so you're fine. Got a scout. Lilith is 3 cards away from the closest evil. Not really pertinent information. Closest evil is counterclockwise. So evil 1, evil 2, you are the drunk. That works. Let's say that you're the evil instead and the closest evil is clockwise. Then you are lying about Lilith being the closest card away, but then you're not next to a corrupted character. So that doesn't work. So you can't be lying. Yeah, you can't be lying. How did I set this up before? If the closest evil is counterclockwise, then the evils have to be set up like this. Lilith is not far enough away. Okay, let's go. Twin minion, Lilith. Nice. Bob, Puppeteer, Drunk. We've got 1 drunk. Guys. The drunk is such a bad outcast card. Like, I can deal so easily with a Bombardier or a Wretch, but the drunk makes things so much more difficult. It makes things a lot more interesting, don't get me wrong, but we've got 1 Wretch on board. Could be disguised as an evil, though. 4 is a real poet. Let's see. 5 or 6 is a Puppeteer. We got a Scout. Puppeteer is 1 card away from the closest evil. That has to be the case. So then I have 1 evil card, 1 non-evil card. Let's see if the fortune teller is telling the truth. Evil true, you're good. I'll mark you down as evil. Now, if I say that 4 is a real poet and there's only 1 puppeteer... No, but there's a bot. Huh? Hold on. So the puppeteer has to be... Oh, okay. So the puppeteer has to be beside an outcast because it changes a random adjacent villager into something, and it needs to be beside Ba. So then you are lying to me about 4 being a real poet and you're the puppeteer, and you are lying to me about where the puppeteer is and you're Ba. This still could be a mistake because the wretch could be one of them. No, but if the... No, but you're telling me the truth, so you can't be a drunk. You could be Ba, you could be the puppeteer, and you could be a drunk. So at worst, you always have to be evil. So I'll kill you first. You're the puppeteer. I guess this had to be Ba or this had to be Ba. So it's a 50-50 right now. I'm fine with taking it. Nice. Great. And we didn't even have to reveal 2 cards. Okay. Plague Doctor as our only source of corruption, and a Shaman to look out for. I was... Were you, girl? Were you? I was a... You could have been. If you're... Okay, so if you're corrupted... hold on. We've got nothing that can transform into you, right? Yeah, we don't have a doppelganger. Yeah, a doppelganger can still do it if it's the first revealed card. So if you are a corrupted baker, then you would have had to turn this one into a good one. If you're an evil baker, your ability doesn't go off, and then this is also going to be a corrupted or evil baker. And then we can follow that like train of thought further down the line. Let's keep opening up cards. 1 evil adjacent to you. So you guys could both be evil. I'm not going to put any marks on them yet. Let's open up the next card. Both sides equally evil. Bombardier. We've got 2 architects. Only way for that to work is for one of them to be evil. Pretty likely that one of these is the counselor now. Bombardier still could be an enemy, and like the Plague Doctor is the 10th card, but between 6, 9, and 4, there's a villager, outcast, and minion. Don't like that yet. Hold on. Okay, let me open up 9. I think I've got something here. Okay. The outcasts have to be visible, right? Except if they're hiding behind one of these. What I wanted to do is say that if there's guaranteed to be an outcast on board already and one of these isn't the outcast, then all of these have to be telling me the truth. Wait, all of these have to be villagers? No, but that's never the case. Because these 2, one of them has to be a minion, right? One of them has to, yeah, one of them has to be a minion. Is the counselor a minion? It is. Okay, but one of you is a minion and then one of you is corrupted by a... How are you both lying? Two of you are evil? No way, right? Because I'm going to assume that this is the true Bombardier. You two would have to be evil. But then how do you get corrupted? Because then that puts 4 evils on board. And then that means that more evils are adjacent to you. So hold on. This Bombardier is fake? Hold on. Oh my god. How do we get corruption on board? The only way is through the Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctor would have to be that the Bombardier is evil. So if we put the Bombardier as being evil, then we can put 1 corruption on board. Let's put the corruption on this side, and let's put the other evil here. Let's say that you're telling me the truth with 1 evil adjacent to you, and you're evil. That doesn't work, because you would also have to be corrupted because you were the original baker. And then that puts more evils on board than what we have allowed. We've got 3, and they're supposed to be 4. And then one of 4, 5, and 2 would have to be evil, and then you're lying as well. So this Bombardier has to be the correct Bombardier. So then both of you guys are lying about both sides being equally evil. So then the evil isn't up here, and I don't think Lilith kills evil. You're saying 4, 5, or 2, one of them has to be evil. You could be telling me the truth. You could be... You can't be corrupted from a Plague Doctor, so then you have to be the evil. You are correct. You are correct. Between 6, 9, and 4, you're lying somehow? How are you lying? 9, 6, and... I'm gonna kill the original baker to get some more information. It's Lilith. So then you have to be corrupted or lying, and with this setup... Hold on. Evil? Then you guys both have to be lying. How does this work? There's no puka that I'm missing, right? It's a shaman. Oh. Oh. If you're lying to me, all characters in your info are villagers. I assumed that there couldn't be 2 architects. I forgot there's a shaman. 9, 6, and 4. So you're telling me that they're all villagers. You're telling me that there's 1 evil between 4, 5, and 2. So this is the other evil. Wait, but if you guys are both telling me the truth, evil 1, evil 2. How does... What? Let me start again from the bakers. All the way back at the beginning. So you were evil, so you don't change somebody into a baker. So you have to be corrupted or lying. I want to assume the Bombardier to be true. It's a safe assumption to make, just because I don't want to kill the Bombardier. And it's so unlikely that one of these is a Plague Doctor. Well, not, I shouldn't say it's unlikely. I just don't want to believe it. We're going to run off of that. So then you're evil. You're telling me that evils are adjacent to you. Somehow you have to be lying about both sides being equally evil, because we have 2 evils here and we can't balance it out with 1. So then you're lying. How did you get corrupted? There's not a second outcast on board, right? No, because then like one of those cards that got killed there could have been a wretch. Let's say that both of you are lying about being beside somebody. How are you telling me the truth about saying that you are a lover? Because the ability shouldn't go off because of Lilith being revealed. We've like tried using that same logic on the Alchemist, but this is the only way that both of these guys are evil, right? Especially if there's a Plague Doctor somewhere else, the Bombardier has to be evil. Then both sides still can't be equally evil anyways. No, but one of them could be corrupted, one of them could be evil. You have to be evil up here, and then that still causes too many evils overall. I'm going to shoot one of the architects, because I still don't trust them. One evil adjacent to you. Okay, okay. How am I supposed to get around this? You're corrupted or lying. If you're lying, sorry, if you're corrupted, then you are lying to me. Wait, oh wait, both sides are equal evil. That has to be true. So then you killed an evil up here? Because if, okay, let's say the Bombardier isn't it and it's one of the evils. Wait, we've got a counselor that has to sit beside somebody. For the counselor to sit beside him, you'd have to be the architect beside the Bombardier. And that doesn't line up because you also have to be telling me the truth. These are the two shamans. And so then you're lying. You're lying. You're telling me the truth. 6, 9, and 4, there's an outcast villager and a minion. You're lying. There's a plague doctor somewhere to corrupt you. You can't corrupt the Bombardier, so this has to be one of the evils. You could have corrupted the baker, but then that causes a lover to be evil. And one of 4, 5, or 2 is evil. Okay, for that to check out... Okay, all characters in your info are good. That cannot be the case. Either the Bombardier or the baker has to be, so then you have to be telling me the truth. And then that puts the 2 evils here. Between 9, 8, and 4, there's an outcast. I mean... No, that's incorrect. Right, they're all villagers. They're all villagers instead. Because you're telling me the truth. I feel like there was some kind of flaw because like I've gone too long on this this road. I can't remember all the assumptions that I've made or if like everything has been sound logic. I'm gonna shoot these 2 guys and I'm gonna do the Bombardier first to see if I go at the Blaze of Glory. Yes, you're okay. Let me solve this board from here. Outcast. I'm doing the thing again where this up here is telling me 1 outcast, but a counselor spawns, and I'm assuming that there's only 1 outcast, not 2 of them. So this is a wretch. No. Okay, well. At least I figured it out by the end. At least I figured it out. So this one is my bad. Okay, well that's where I have to end the endless run then, if it's where I lost.